Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new here, my name is Farah and I am a magical content creator who currently lives in Seattle, but as you can see by the title of this video, I am making the move to Orlando. So the last time we chatted, I was about 12 weeks away from the move, but now I am about 10 and a half weeks away. So time is flying and we still have a lot of time to prep. But a really exciting update for you guys is that we purchased tickets last night to go to Orlando in about 5 weeks to go apartment hunting, and I am so excited. It also feels a little bit more real because we just bought plane tickets and not for vacation, for a move. So I have to get on my game and really work on that list of apartments, and it's 3 days. My trip is only 3 days. So it's going to be a lot of apartment tours and just a lot of being mindful of the area and exploring, but I'm so excited and I'll definitely take you guys along with me. Also, I just wanted to throw out there that this vlog is going to be a little bit chaotic. I feel like it's just gonna be a little messy and crazy, but I promise once I move, it'll definitely be a little bit more organized and a little bit more consistent. But until then, thank you for sticking around. And honestly, let's just skip to future Farah because she's probably doing something that's a lot more exciting and useful for our move. So I know the lighting is a little weird in this corner, but I was just about to head out to Target. I need to pick up a few things. I need to get a new notebook and some pens so that I can start making all these lists that I keep talking about. So I thought I'd take you with me because who doesn't love a Target run? And yeah, let's just go do that. So now that we're back from Target, it's actually the next day and I have been using my notebook and making lists and doing some research. So I thought I'd sit down with you and talk about the things I've sort of figured out, just revolving our whole moving process. So if you didn't know already, we will be driving. So we are going to make a long haul literally across the country from Seattle to Orlando, and we are choosing to drive over flying because of two important reasons. One of them is, of course, buying and selling a car in a new city is just really difficult and the thought stresses me out. We both currently love the cars that we have, so we don't see a need to sell them, and they're both great cars. They're very reliable. We can trust them. They're going to do great driving across the country. We've been upkeeping them, so I'm not worried about if they can handle the drive. I know that they can. And then the other reason, which is actually the primary reason and the most important reason, is because of our dogs. We are not very comfortable with the idea of flying our dogs under the cargo, I think is what it's called. We just don't feel comfortable putting them through that. And because they are larger dogs and they are definitely not lap dogs or under the seat dogs, and it's just not fair to them to put them through that really, really stressful environment. And so it's just worth driving them because we love them so dearly, and I feel like it will be safer for them, and it'll be kind of a fun journey for us anyways to be driving across the country. And we're actually going to take a route that allows us to see a lot of America. And actually I have friends that I've met from my Instagram page that I have never met before, and I'll be driving through their state. So we're gonna stop by, we're gonna say hi, we're gonna meet new people, and we're just gonna see new places. So I'm actually really excited about the drive itself, and I think it's going to be such a fun little journey. So let's just dive on in. I wanna share all this information that I've kind of put together over the past few days about the move, and I want to be completely transparent with you guys. I want to talk about how much it's going to cost. I want to talk about how much you can expect to pay if you are moving cross country. I know that some of you watching this video might be in the same process and kind of want to know how much to expect to spend. Obviously, I am moving from Seattle to Orlando, so probably a lot further than most people. And also, we are living in a time where gas is super high right now. I think literally I saw in the news yesterday we hit the high national average that we've ever seen before. So like, yay me for choosing to move during this time. But hopefully come November, the prices will go down a little. But if not, we're making the move anyways. So with that being said, if I do forget to touch base on a price or a cost, please feel free to send me a message or leave a comment, and I will talk about how much something cost me. And I do plan on also making videos along the way of the move. So like, I want to make a video on how much we're spending in gas, which obviously I will not know until we make the move. So if there's anything you want to see or anything you want me to touch base on, leave it in the comments below and I will add it to my next video. Okay, so with that, I will say that we decided that we are going to go with a U-Haul trailer for the move. We looked at the cost of like a moving service like Pods or people helping us move, and that was just a lot more expensive, and it seemed a little bit less safe. I think we feel more comfortable keeping our stuff with us. And plus, we don't have a lot of stuff. We are basically starting from scratch. So we decided that a U-Haul trailer would be the way to go. They come in a different variety of sizes. I think we will choose the biggest size. We're gonna be bringing our mattress and a few other like boxes of our stuff, obviously all our clothes and all that fun stuff too. So we think that a trailer with our 2 cars will be more than enough space to bring all our stuff. We will attach the trailer by a hitch that's on my fiance's car, and my car is like a little hybrid, so thankfully it will get great gas mileage. I am a little worried about driving separately, but honestly, I'm not too concerned. We'll always be together. We'll just be in different cars. So the cost of getting a U-Haul truck is more than double the cost of getting a trailer. Plus, on top of that, the gas mileage on a U-Haul truck is going to be awful, and it'll be harder to drive too. So I think that getting a trailer is better for us because it is unlimited miles, of course, because it's a trailer. And also it'll be nice because it'll always be attached to us. And yes, it's going to affect the mileage of our other car, but that's okay. It's not going to be that bad. So when you rent a U-Haul trailer or truck, they give you 10 days to move. We think it's going to take us far less than 10 days. So we're going to grab it a couple days before we move to load it up. And then that way we will just be set to go, and it's a one-way trip, so we don't have to worry about getting it back. There's a drop-off straight in Orlando. There's several of them. So it's actually seems like it's going to be really convenient. So it just felt like the best option. And so to talk about prices, a U-Haul truck, if we chose to go through and tow our car, was looking at about $4,500 plus. That didn't include insurance or anything. So it would be closer to $5,000 to move from Seattle to Orlando in a U-Haul truck. And that's a lot of money. That doesn't include gas. That also gives us limited miles. If we got a trailer, which is what we're going to do, it's going to cost us with insurance less than $2,200. Still expensive, but literally half the cost. And obviously we won't have to stress about the miles. We won't have to stress about any of that. So it just seems like the sensible option. And I think I would recommend it to people who don't have a lot of cargo to bring. And also it does matter what kind of car you have. So thankfully we have a car that is able to tow a trailer. So that's also something that you'd have to look into. Also, a fun little website that I found while doing my research. It is some sort of road trip gas calculator. I can link it down below, and it basically, you put in your make and model of the car and your trip, and it'll kind of give you an estimate on how much you can expect to pay in gas. So it factors in your car mileage, it factors in city versus highway miles. And so I did that. Obviously, I don't know how accurate it is, but I figured it could give us a good idea of how much it's going to cost us. So for my hybrid car, I was estimated, I think, around $350 in gas. My fiance's car, little less fuel efficient, was estimated around $750 in gas, but he will be towing the U-Haul, so we just know it's going to be more than that. So we are actually setting aside about $2,000 in fuel money, which is like crazy. Like, that's a lot in gas. But again, fuel prices are higher. Hopefully they go down around November, and if not, I mean, we have the money that we've saved and we put aside. So in total right now, we are looking at spending about $4,500 in just moving costs. We're not going to hire any movers. We're totally capable. We actually have a lot of our stuff packed up already, and we have some really amazing friends and family who will help load up. And honestly, we aren't going to put any extra money in that. So our biggest expense right now is going to be the U-Haul and gas. So as of right now, I'm estimating around $4,500. I do think it could be less. I'm hoping it is less, but that is just where we're at right now. So basically, I will be saving as much money as I can. No more Starbucks, none of that, because that is a lot of money. But it's going to be worth it. We are excited for the move, and we know there's going to be more expenses. Another expense to keep in mind, which is something you should be doing anyways, whether or not you're moving, but so important before a big move, is to get a tune-up on your car, have them check your brakes, all of that, but super important when you're driving cross country. So we are planning on having to pay for that too. I'm not really factoring it in moving expenses because I need it done anyways, but that's just another thing to keep in mind, that it will add to your total cost. So moving is not cheap. So I know that this vlog was a little bit messy and a little bit chaotic and all over the place, but I hope that you found it entertaining or maybe even useful if you are moving yourself. If there is something that you would like me to talk about or any tips you have for me for moving, drop them in the comments below or send me a DM on Instagram. My DMs are always open. This is sort of a learning process for me, just both moving and YouTube in general. So I am always open to hearing any sort of tips that you have. And I am just so grateful you're here with me while I'm going through this, and I will see you next time.